Tesla Roadster is here, and this baby is pretty badass. Here's a list of its performance metrics, and in the past few days, the entire internet worshipped it. So I don't think I should waste any more of your time explaining the same metrics. Let's just say its performance is BAMF. As a channel dedicated to innovation, I know very well the significance of this car, but it might be a little bit out of touch with Tesla's overall strategy, which is, as many of you guys know, to accelerate the advent of sustainable energy by making all vehicles on the road electric. This is the part where the Roadster is a little bit out of touch. How can a $200,000 vehicle accelerate mass market production of electric cars? I mean, according to the master plan outlined by Elon in 2008, the entire reason for the first generation Roadster's existence is to finance future mass market cars, aka the Model S, the Model X, and finally the Model 3. So logically, wouldn't we have already passed the sports car phase of Tesla as a company? The honest answer is yes, the defining product of Tesla is no longer the Roadster. No matter how much attention it's attracting right now, Tesla's success really just depends on how well it does with the Model 3. But this doesn't mean the Roadster is not important. So I'm Lei. Let me expand on this in today's video. First of all, I think Elon explained the reason quite eloquently during the launch event. I know most of you guys have watched it, but it's so satisfying hearing the truth from Elon himself, so let's watch it all together again.
The point of doing this is to just give a hardcore smackdown to gasoline cars.
That's right, to give a hardcore smackdown to its ICE competitors. I mean, if we think about the car industry in general, the $1 million sports cars are supposed to be the crown jewels of the industry, right? The car with the best performance. But is it? If we compare the specs between the new Roadster and the best gasoline sports cars in the production right now, we all know who's going to win. On the screen right now is the performance specs of the Roadster and 3 other most celebrated sports cars. Well, I'm not a big sports car person, but I know how to count. It seems that Tesla is just better. I've explained this before and I'll do it again in today's video. This change should not be equated to the comparison between internal combustion engine cars, because it is a fundamental paradigm shift, similar to the shift from the film cameras to digital cameras, and we all know what happened to Kodak. Electric motors will take over internal combustion engines simply because it's better. When we're talking about improvements within internal combustion engine cars, there are continuous improvements, meaning the machine is still the machine, but it gets more efficient throughout time. The transmission is still the transmission, the engine is still the engine, and the cylinders are still the cylinders. However, when we are comparing internal combustion engines with electric motors, they are different machines using different technology. Hence, 0 to 60 accelerations in 2.3 seconds might be the best gasoline cars can do. 1.9 seconds is simply the beginning of what Tesla can do. We can only imagine how much better its performance will get in the future. So this is the first point Roadster is trying to make. The second point occurred to me when I was reading through the comments from my previous videos. In that video, I talked about Model 3 being a very cost-friendly, affordable car. But someone disagreed with me, saying it's not at all affordable comparing to a 10,000, 20,000 gasoline cars in the market. And he's right, there are gasoline cars under that price category and they might be good cars. However, I'll get Steve Jobs to answer that.
Is it your goal to overtake the PC in market share?
I can tell you what our goal is. Our goal is to make the best personal computers in the world and to make products we are proud to sell and would recommend to our family and friends. We just don't offer categories of products like that. But if you move those aside and compare us with our competitors, I think we compare pretty favorably.
Exactly. I think Roadster is the statement Tesla is trying to make. We all know that the numbers of Roadsters on the road will be limited. Its effect on accelerating the advent of sustainable energy is limited too. However, it's a symbol. Tesla wants you to know that whichever Tesla car you own, be it a Model S, a Model X, or a Model 3, you're driving the best car there is in the market. The car that you'll be proud to recommend to your family and friends. Rumor has it the new Roadster will be built from the same platform that built the Model 3, so quite literally, Tesla Model 3 will be one of the best cars in the market. And if you compare the performance of any Tesla with gasoline cars, you'll find its competitors with similar performance in a whole new price category. This is the second point Roadster is trying to make. The last point I think Roadster is making is kind of like a greeting to the world. Looking through the list of its performance specifications of the new Roadster, we know that there is just no doubt about it. I can only imagine the awkward boardroom filled with the General Motors executives the next morning of the launch. They all know the change is happening, they just didn't expect it to happen so fast. So these are the points Tesla is trying to make with its Roadster, but if I were to summarize it in one sentence, I think Roadster is quite simply Tesla's way of ending the discussion. After the launch of the new Roadster, there just shouldn't be any more discussion on which technology is the best. I mean, I'm writing the script, making this video right now, but I can only imagine how busy the executives of Toyota, General Motors, and Volkswagen must be. They probably need to redesign the whole corporate strategy for the next few years so as to cope with the electrified storm that's about to come. Because the case is finally and officially closed. The future is electric. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I know some of you guys want me to talk about the specs of the car, and most YouTubers do this, but I mean, what's there to talk about? The specs are insane. You don't need me to confirm that with you. So it's been wonderful making this video for you guys. Hope you guys like this one too. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.